Okay, now I want to discuss a game between Tarrasch and Eckart, played in Nuremberg, 1889. The opening is a French defense, Tarrasch variation. The ECO code is C06. The game started out by white playing E4, black played E6, going for the French defense. White plays D4, black plays D5, and then white plays knight to D2, the Tarrasch defense or the Tarrasch variation, and then black plays knight F6, and then white on its fifth move played E5. Basically, by advancing this pawn, white is attacking, forcing the knight to move from its probably best home, but nothing unusual so far. Black plays knight on F to D7. Then white plays bishop to D3. Maybe I should just say in the French defense, you will commonly see this bishop develop to D3, where it attacks the H7 square. Usually black will castle kingside, so now the bishop is aimed in that direction. And with the Tarrasch variation, the idea is for white to play C3, because black's aim now is to attack this D4 square. White's going to defend that D4 square much as possible. So the thing that black is now looking for is to play moves like C5, a knight to C6, queen to B6, where they all attack this D4 square. So we can see that white's going to defend it by playing such moves as C3, and then it can bring its knight to E2, and then it'll even bring this knight over to here. So this is how this game is going to continue, and very typical for this variation. So black plays C5, attacking D4. White plays C3, defending D4. Black plays knight to C6, once again attacking D4. And obviously the D4 pawn is attacked twice and only defended once, so now white has to make a move to defend it. So white plays knight to E2, defending the pawn again. Black plays queen to B6, attacking now the D4 pawn, so once again threatening to win a pawn. White plays knight to F3, defending it. So the D4 square is once again secure. And then now black plays a move which is inferior, and maybe you can almost call this game of black doesn't make any real obvious mistakes right now, but it doesn't play the best moves, and Tarrasch is able to capitalize on this and then take his advantages and turn them into something even a greater advantage. And that's almost maybe the lesson of this opening, is that black doesn't make the best moves right away and then is forced to make a terrible mistake, and then white wins. So black plays bishop to E7. And this is probably a little bit too passive. You're saying, well, gee, what other moves are there besides this move? Well, here they are. Maybe a better move would be attacking these pawns. So moves such as taking here, or moving this pawn, F6, attacking this pawn. So we'll find out that by when black delays this, it's going to sort of cost him. So black plays bishop to E7, preparing the castle. But now white castles. obviously getting ready for trying to get the king out of the center before all the action takes place. Now black castles, and once again, black should have played this move or this move, attacking one of these two pawns before it's too late. And now it is too late because white plays the move knight to f4. What this does is now, obviously, black cannot play the move f6, which is probably planned, because if that happens, then the knight will just take here, because it will be undefended. So, obviously black wants to play f6, so black actually plays the move knight to d8. Maybe I want to back up and show one continuation. It's also too late to play c4. White can just, I guess black can play up to this point, but it would be a mistake. I just want to point this out for black to then say, well, look, this pawn on d4 is attacked twice and only defended once, and I can win it because, like a move, knight takes d4, but actually black will end up losing this piece, or the queen, because white just plays capture. The queen recaptures, and we have this nice move. The bishop takes h7 check, and the queen is undefended. So I just wanted to show that one. So white plays knight to f4, and then black plays knight to d8 to protect the pawn on e6. So black can play f6. Now the queen comes to c2, attacking this square here, threatening to win this piece. And then it would be unadvisable for black to move either one of these two pieces, because black is planning on playing f6. If it moved either one of these, the h or the g pawns, it would severely weaken the king side when black did play f6. So that's not, black is not interested in that. But black plays f5, sort of cutting off the bishop and the queen, but black just takes the pawn en passant, and then black is practically forced to recapture with the knight, so it can defend this. The knight can defend the h7 square. And now black plays knight to g5, adding a third attacker to the h7 square. And now this is where we see the white's advantages finally add up, and black has to make a weakening move. The move that black's going to make is g6. But if you're saying, well, why doesn't just black play h6, sort of like moving, threatening the knight, and now the pawn is in take? Well, actually can lead the mate, because the bishop comes here, and if black takes the bishop, the queen comes and checkmates, and if the king moves over, then this knight just comes in here and delivers checkmate. So that doesn't work. So black plays g6, and then now white just sacrifices the bishop to get the queen in there, and the game is pretty much over. So bishop takes. There aren't too many good moves here for black. If it decides not to take the bishop, it's going to lose even more material, which will lose the game. But black takes the bishop, and now the queen comes in, and it's really a forced checkmate. There's no way for black to get out of this. King comes over, has to go to h8. Queen delivers check. Really, the queen's delivering check so that this knight can come in. Now the knight comes in, and there's no way to avoid checkmate. And doesn't matter what move black makes, he's going to get checkmated. So that is that game, and I hopefully you enjoy the lesson of sort of how the advantage can lead up to a loss or to a win, depending on your what side you're playing.